Hip Indra challenged me to defeat all the bosses in Blox Fruits, and for that he gave me 24 gifts, and with each boss I defeat, I have to open one gift. To start my mission to defeat all the bosses, I need to get our first gift, and I hope our first fruit is really good. I ended up getting a falcon. It's not the best fruit, but I think it's enough to defeat the Gorilla King. To be able to face the Gorilla King, I had to reset my stats. This way, it will be more complicated to defeat the boss, but I believe I can still beat him. I just need to be careful. I'm going to use my most powerful attack, and I almost touched the water. Just 2 more attacks, and I'll defeat the boss. This is the last attack, and we've successfully defeated the first one. Now I can get our second gift, and I hope this time I get a good fruit. And once again, it was the falcon fruit. I hope this is the last time I get this fruit. The next boss will be Bug. It won't be an easy battle, but I believe the falcon fruit can defeat him. But this admin fruit is really not good at all. I thought I would get some mythical fruits, not the falcon fruit. But even with the falcon fruit, I managed to defeat the boss. And this time, let it be a good fruit because I can't stand the falcon fruit anymore. And now it was the darkness fruit, a Logia fruit. Now it's time for the Yeti boss. If I manage to win with the falcon fruit, I believe I can also defeat him with the dark fruit. And with just a few abilities, I'm taking almost half of the boss's health. But his attack hit me and took more than half of my health. That was really risky, and I'm not gonna let him get close to me again. He's already low on health and I'm close to defeating him. I believe these last 2 attacks will be enough for us to beat him. And this was more complicated than I thought, but we managed to defeat him. Now let's go for another present. Will I get a rare food this time? And I got the portal fruit. I wasn't expecting that. The biggest problem is that the portal fruit isn't that good for attacking. The good part is that I can get to any island I want really fast. Now let's face the first admiral. With the portal fruit, I'll have to use several abilities, not just to attack, but also to run away. If I don't run from the boss, there will come a point when he'll be able to defeat me. Even if it doesn't work very well, I'm going to use my most powerful ability, which is the dimension one. That way, I managed to deal a bit of damage. Now I got back in time before he could regenerate his health. And now I just need to use a few abilities until I defeat him. And I was wrong about the portal fruit because it was actually pretty easy to beat the boss. Now the next island will have 3 bosses for me to face, so I'm gonna get 3 presents at once. The first one will be the warden. Now it's time to open the present, and I got the rubber fruit. It's a good fruit for me to take on the boss. I can use all the long range attacks. That way I won't take any hits from the boss. And I even have the transformation. That makes things even easier. Even being at the same level as the boss, look at the damage I can deal, and in no time I defeated him. Now it's gonna be the warden boss. And what fruit will I get now? I ended up getting the barrier fruit. I think this will also be a good fruit to face this boss. I can already use the first attack to trap the boss, and then I use the other attacks to defeat him. I can even use a funny attack. I can trap him and throw him into the sea. And now I just used the strongest attack to defeat him. That was really easy. Now it's time for Doflamingo. This is the last gift for the prison island, and I ended up getting the magma fruit. This is going to be a great fruit to face Doflamingo, since all the magma fruits attacks are really strong. I don't even need to worry about being defeated by this boss, since I'll be able to beat him in no time. And in less than a minute, we managed to successfully defeat the boss. Wrapping up our mission here on the prison island, let's go for another gift. And I ended up getting the flame fruit. It's a Logia, and the best part is that mine is awakened. It's time for Akainu. This boss has a very powerful fruit, so we're going to use one attack after another and keep dodging his attacks. But somehow he ended up glitching and got stuck inside the lava. The best part is that he stays trapped, so any attack is really easy to land. I don't know how that happened, but I'm grateful. He managed to escape somehow, but now he has little health left, and no matter what he does, he won't be able to defeat me. I just need to use these last attacks, which are more than enough to take him down. I know that in the anime the flame fruit lost to the magma fruit, but in this battle the flame fruit won. And let's go for another present, and I'm going to open it right away. And I got the darkness fruit, which is a good fruit. Now I'm going to face the fishman. I'll need to be careful with this boss because he has 2 lives, so he's going to be tougher than the others. I've already managed to get him down to half of his first life, and now we finally reached the second life. This boss is being really tough. The good part is that he manages to miss all his attacks, so it's pretty easy not to get defeated by him. The tricky part is that he has a lot of health, and now that I've used several abilities, I managed to defeat him. Now I'm going to Skypia, and there I'll have 2 bosses to face. So I'm going to get 2 presents. This is the first boss of Skypia. Let me open my present so we can face him. And I got the diamond fruit. I have several abilities to use, plus the basic attack. My favorite ability is the last one. I release several mirrors and they all start attacking the boss at the same time. Check out the combo I can pull off with this fruit to defeat this boss. It's one attack after another, and the boss barely finally has time to hit me. Now it's time to face Enel. Which fruit will I get? And it ended up being the flame fruit. And the best part is that a fruit showed up on the fruit tracker and it's really close by. And the fruit that appeared was the spike fruit. But now let's eat our flame fruit and use it to defeat this boss. Now it's gonna be the flame fruit versus the lightning fruit. This was extremely easy since I didn't take any hits and I managed to defeat the boss. This is now the last gift to face the final boss. And I hope my journey here in the first world ends with a good fruit. And it was the barrier fruit. It's not bad, but I was hoping for a better fruit. Frankie's the final boss of the first world and I'm going in using every attack possible. This one has several attacks he can use, no matter the distance. I can be close to him and he'll still find a way to hit me. And if I'm far away, he'll also manage to hit me somehow. The barrier fruit surprised me. It was better than I expected. I managed to dodge almost all of the boss's attacks and also kept attacking him non-stop. That way, we managed to defeat him. I'll never speak badly about the barrier fruit again. Hippie Indra left the gifts at the cafe. I managed to face our first boss in the second world. I need to open the first gift, which contained the diamond fruit. And the coolest part is that the boss is diamond. This is going to be a good fight, and I think it's very unlikely that I'll lose. I'm lucky that the diamond fruit has good defense. This ends up making it easier to defeat the boss and not be defeated by him. Now let's go to the second gift, and I got the darkness fruit. I think this is the third time I've gotten this fruit. I think this one is going to be a tougher fight, but either way, I'm sure I can win. Will I get a legendary or even a mythical fruit from any of the gifts I opened? I'd be really lucky if I managed to get one. I just need to defeat the boss with this last attack, but he dodged it, so I'm gonna use my most powerful attack. I'm already back here at the cafe to open another gift, and this time I got the blizzard fruit. I really was very lucky right after I mentioned the legendary fruit. One showed up. I think Hippie Indra must be listening to me. This is a legendary fruit, so I shouldn't have any trouble defeating this boss. And I'm going to start off by using my full power of the abilities at once, including movement, since movement also deals damage. And this is really overpowered. The boss can't attack me, and I was able to attack him non-stop. Now he's low on health, and I'm close to defeating him. And I'm going to finish him off using my most powerful attack. And we've defeated the first admiral here in the second world. I came back to the cafe to open another present. So let's see which fruit we get this time. And it was the rubber fruit. It's not a legendary or mythical fruit, but it's a good one. This is going to be a good battle. It'll be the rubber fruit versus the smoke fruit. In fact, in the anime, they've already fought several times. Apparently, the smoke boss doesn't have much health, because in a short time, I was able to take out more than half his health. And I still have plenty left, even if he lands several attacks at once. And we managed to defeat him successfully. That was really very easy. I came back to the cafe to open our second to last present, and I got the fire fruit. This is a major showdown. It's going to be the fire fruit versus the ice fruit, and we already know which fruit is going to be better in this case. One thing I ended up forgetting was to change my stats, so I'm pretty weak compared to the boss, and even so, I'm still going to be able to defeat this boss. It's just gonna be harder. The boss has very little health left, but I also only have 2000 health, so I need to be careful too, and we managed to defeat him. This is now the last gift to face the final boss, and I ended up getting the rubber fruit. I was hoping for a different fruit, but this one will do. This is the final showdown here in the second world. The big problem with facing this boss is that he can spawn a sea beast before I defeat him, so I need to defeat him before he spawns the sea beast. Unfortunately, my plan went wrong, but that's okay. I'm going to defeat him anyway. Unfortunately, I was defeated. I don't know if something was supposed to happen or not, but it's really hard to face this boss. I have the same stats as him, and I couldn't even take away half of his health. Did I do something wrong? I'm gonna try one more time. And as punishment for having been defeated, I'm going to end up giving away a gift on the public server. This boss is really tough, and what makes it even harder is the sea beast. Somehow it's low on health, and right now it's not targeting me. Actually, I was wrong. It is targeting me, but it's low on health. I think I can defeat it. I managed to defeat the sea beast. Now I just need to defeat the boss. If I had known it was so easy to defeat the sea beast, I would have done it earlier, and our boss was successfully defeated. And now, as punishment for having been defeated, I'm going to join a public server and give away a gift. I found a beginner to give the gift to. He's about to open the gift, so let's see which fruit he ended up getting. And it was the sand fruit. I haven't gotten the sand fruit until now, but our mission was successfully completed. Now Hippie Indra left the gifts here in the mansion, and I'm gonna grab the first one. And I got the ice fruit. This is the first time I've gotten the ice fruit, and it's a Logia. And best of all, it has the click attack, so it won't be that hard to defeat this boss. And the best part, which I almost forgot, is that my ice fruit is awakened. After testing several combos, we're finally going to be able to defeat him. Whoa. Actually, I ended up messing messing up the combo, but either way, we're going to win. Now, this is going to be the second gift, and once again, it was the rubber fruit. Now, facing this second boss, I'm not sure if I'll be able to defeat him. So far, this has been the most complicated boss I faced. I ended up with only 200 health left, but in the end, I managed to beat him. I hope the fruit from the present is better this time. And once again, it was the rubber fruit. I can't stand using this fruit anymore. I think it's the fruit I've gotten the most so far. I hope that facing this boss, I won't have as much trouble. So far, it's been easier to defeat this boss than the last one. He's already at almost half health and I barely took any hits. Maybe the rubber fruit doesn't have much of an advantage against the poison fruit. I was left with 2000 health, but the boss is already almost defeated, so that's not a problem. And we defeated him successfully. I hope the fruit now isn't the rubber fruit. I can't stand using this fruit anymore. And this time it was the flame fruit. This one is a dangerous boss to face, but I do believe I can defeat him. I could be wrong, but this boss seems to have something different about him. Just a few more attacks and I'll be able to defeat the elephant. I'm going to use my most powerful attack of all, and he was successfully defeated. I thought I was going to be defeated at some point, but that didn't happen. I hope a great fruit comes now, because the next boss is going to be pretty tough. And I got the ghost fruit, but I don't know if it's going to be good enough to defeat the boss. This boss has 2 lives, but the ghost fruit gives me an extra life, so this battle shouldn't be that unfair, and I really hope it isn't, but I know it's not going to be an easy task to defeat this boss. The good thing about using this clone is that he focuses more on hitting the clone than hitting me, so that gives me a bit of an advantage, but it's not enough for me to defeat him. I've already managed to get him down to his second life. I've already activated my second life, so now if I get defeated, that's it. I'm going to try to make the most of it and not take too many risks until I manage to defeat this boss, because there's very little left. There's just a little bit left to defeat the boss, and I thought the ghost fruit wouldn't be good enough to beat him, but in the end it actually surprised me and we managed to defeat him successfully. This is the last gift to face the final boss. I don't think there could have been a better fruit for me to end up getting. The only downside of this fruit is that its most powerful ability might not work in here. Actually, I was wrong, the ability does work in here, and that way I think it will be easier. I have 2000 health and a dream, and there's just a little bit left to defeat the boss, and as soon as I manage to defeat him, our mission will have been successfully completed. And I managed to defeat all the bosses in Blox Fruits using the gifts that Hippie Indra gave me. Comment below which fruit you think was the best one I got. And that was the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.